Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun. I guess we're not going to talk sports with Lisa today.
No, we're not talking sports today, please. No. No.
Yes, okay. We'll avoid the sports conversation today. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. And before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest and repeat offender many times.
I think I have a cot in the next room, and I just, you wake me up. Lisa, I need somebody. Get in here.
There we go. Lisa Dunn is with us. Casabella Realty. We're in the house.
Everybody.
Let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number on your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Celebration time, and I've got to be careful of this celebration today because in Southern California, I don't think we're allowed to celebrate this date. We might have to change the day. We might have to call this, very fascinating here, National Indigenous Persons Pudding Day. Now, if you look it up, it really says National Indian Pudding Day, but I know in Southern California we don't have, that you got to be careful of some of the terminology here. National Indian Pudding Day, observed each year November 13. It honors a cold weather classic, which is a traditional, be careful, I got to be careful of this one. It's a New England dessert. I don't want to talk about New England with Lisa. She might not be too happy with me.
Oh, no. We'll give it a pass. I like Rhode Island, so it's okay.
Okay, close enough, right?
I'm not going to go sports on you.
It was in the 17th century that English colonists brought hasty pudding to North America and completely transformed it. Although it was initially made with wheat, they substituted cornmeal due to a shortage of grain at the time. Milk was substituted for water. I guess they didn't have any water. Even back then they had a drought. They added either molasses or maple syrup along with cinnamon, ground ginger, butter, eggs, raisins, and nuts. Indian pudding is then slowly baked for several hours, transforming its mixture from the original porridge-like quality of hasty pudding to a much smoother texture, which is more typical of custard.
And it sounds like it's gluten-free, too.
I can go with custard, though. I like custard.
Oh, custard's a wonderful thing.
Absolutely. Add a little chocolate, call it a day. Fun stuff.
Why would you ruin your custard by putting chocolate in it?
Oh, it's a chocolate eclair. Okay. Custard filled, right?
Each his own. I'll just take the custard.
Okay, there we go. Checking out the markets. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 22.88 this morning. Oil down 5 cents per barrel. No big deal there. The U.S. 10-year Treasury at 2.39. That's fairly flat as well. We are seeing some. It's amazing how many times our seniors get stuck to them. A lot of seniors, though. One of the biggest holdings for 401ks, retirement accounts, senior accounts, we know that to be General Electric. And General Electric just cut their dividend in half today, so not a pleasant sight there. We do look at gas prices. Again, Taxifornia, we like to stick it to the people. $2.56 is the national average of a tank of gasoline, according to AAA. If you're in Alabama, you can get a gallon of gasoline for $2.26 a gallon. Here in Taxifornia, $3.23 per gallon, $3.23 a gallon. Damn! So we can just tax you just a little bit more if you haven't been taxed enough already. Unbelievable. But you know something? I never complain about that one. I said this. I was watching. You know, I watch a lot of the talk shows, the business shows. My family doesn't get too excited about the fact that generally Sunday mornings it's time to figure out what's going on in the world, as if it's not enough to be studying 4 hours a day for a radio broadcast. And my wife doesn't like it too much. But I was listening yesterday, New York Republican Peter King on the news, not in favor of the tax plan. He's a big opponent of it because the people of New York will get a tax increase because they're going to take away the state and local taxes. Now, you know, I love how they spin some of these things. The people of New York voted to put in, just like the people of Taxifornia, we vote to put in politicians who like to tax us more. Right? Jerry Brown did exactly what he said. He wants to take as much money away from everybody and spend it himself. If he didn't care, if it was just a tax the rich, we wouldn't have that gas tax, which is a tax the poor. Right? Because the poor people are not buying Teslas. They're not buying late model automobiles that are getting high gas mileage. They're buying older automobiles that use up more gas, and they just got a 12-cent gas tax last week. So we know that it's not a matter of trying to help anybody. It's just stealing from everybody. But King comes out and says, well, the people of New York are going to be unfairly burdened. Well, no, I think it's the people of Texas, the people of Wyoming, the people of Nevada that are unfairly burdened. Why should somebody who makes $100,000 or $50,000 or $200,000, doesn't matter what the number is, why should somebody in Nevada be paying a different tax rate than the individual in California, a different federal tax rate? Now, just because the people in those areas are better stewards of people's money, is that a fault of the citizens? No, it's not. That's the issue. Think about that concept. So when King comes out and says, well, New York is going to be unfairly burdened. Well, you voted for it. You got what you wanted. What are you upset about? Just my thought. I mean, I just love listening to some of these guys over and over again, how they spin it. Well, New York gives more than they get. Well, that's because you tax your people so darn much they want to leave. Think about that concept. Speaking about leaving, is there any possible way we can get rid of Roger Goodell? We'll go sports, Lisa. I mean, I know that, I don't know.
Licking my wounds, okay.
Roger Goodell, I don't know if you followed this one. It's really, I ought to get some crying music here, but he earns $30 million a year. $30 million a year. And he wants a raise. Now, you know, I'm all for people getting a raise. You know, the average raises, what do you get for a raise? 2%, 3%, 5%? Get a really big raise, you might get 10%. Right? I mean, we're working people. We're not the elites of the world. Have you ever heard of a 67% raise? Ow! Yeah, Goodell wants to go from $30 million to $49.5 million. $30 million to 40.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, and he might even stand up during the national anthem for that kind of money. But he also wants, you got to love it, because at $49.5 million per year, he's not quite everything he wants. He wants a private jet for life and health insurance for his family for life. Really? At $49.5 million per year, he can't afford it. He can go on Obamacare for that, can't he? Just a thought. I mean, hold it. Well, it might be one of those Cadillac plans, but unbelievable. That's Roger Goodell, and Jerry Jones is not happy about it. I wonder why. They are saying, though, that there are several owners. There are, they just use the term, several owners in the league, owners that don't make $40 million a year. And Roger Goodell wants $49.5 million plus his plane, plus health insurance. I guess it's good work if you can get it. You know something? I'm here to say right now, publicly, live radio, I'll do it for half of that. You know what? What that? You know, I'll concede. For Lisa, would you do it for half?
Depends
10%?
Depends on what kind of private jet I'm going to get.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Lisa might not do it for half, but
Gotta be a nice jet.
It's got to be a nice jet. Okay.
Yep.
Well, wait a second. I don't want to do it for half a jet either.
No.
I want the whole jet. I mean, either the whole jet or no jet, but half a jet would not be something.
Half a jet, no.
That would not be exciting to me.
Counterproductive, I think.
Exactly.
Takeoff would be interesting, though.
Yeah, you get halfway there. I don't know. It's just a thought right there. Moving right along. Oh.
Yes, please.
And we won't even talk about some of the other subjects that we had on our docket today, Lisa.
Oh, I'm still waiting for the interrogation.
Yeah, well, we've got that. That's coming.
We're worried about that, guys. I don't quite know what's going to happen later in this show.
There might be some interesting conversations because I've got some questions that you need to be asking your real estate professional, and I don't know if they all know the answer to them, but we'll get there. If you followed this one, Alabama Republican Roy Moore says a lawsuit will be filed over the newspaper report carrying allegations that he had sexual contact with a 14-year-old girl 4 decades ago. Think about that one. I mean, were they sleeping for the last 4 decades? It's not like the guy's been a secret agent. He's been in public service for all these years, 4 decades.
We got another one coming out today, too.
Another one?
Another minor.
You got to wonder, where have they been? I mean, did it not bother them for all these years? And now because he's become going to be a senator, that now it's something that's upsetting? Now, I'm not, I believe that, just my personal opinion, if the guy did it, he should be hung. Just plain and simple. In fact, I've got better options for them. I can get myself into even more trouble if I suggest what my personal opinion is there. But something, if he did it, hang him. But if he didn't, we've got to start hanging some of these newspapers.
I was going to say, yeah, this is a tough one. This could be a whole show on itself.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
One way or the other, somebody should hang.
Yeah.
And I don't know who it is.
It's just an interesting shift that our country's taken lately.
Absolutely.
5 years ago, your name would be Mud. Now it's like, and that's not cool.
Well, and something, I think part of the issue is getting to, and I think this is a shame, the shameful part, is we've gotten to the point in our society that there's so much name-calling going on that name-calling almost becomes irrelevant. Right? I mean, I've looked at it and said, I go on my social media and I have people all the time calling me a racist. I said, well, obviously you don't know me, you don't know my family. I didn't
write that the last time, Ron.
Exactly, right? I mean, but the issue becomes, you look at it and I say, well, something, nowadays I've almost got to say thank you. And I wouldn't have said something like that before, but you're almost means you're being honest. You're just telling people like it is. And that might not be such a good idea, but we're going to talk more about this and everything real estate when we come back. We're chatting.
I don't see the connection between that and real estate.
Well, something... Tax law, I mean that.
Okay, yeah.
It can,
I was going to say child molestation.
No, absolutely no. But the change of power, that could be a real issue right there. So we're going to talk about that. Jeff, I'm going to read your comments in just a minute, and
hi, Jeff.
We will. We'll see if we have we'll see what kind of commentary we have in response. But I'm glad you're with us, Michelle, Mitchell, Alan. Glad to see you all with us this morning. Let's see if we can find a few more names. Amelia, great to see you. James, Mapes, good to see you. Deborah, Bill, Steve.
And I got my whole set over here. Hi, Tim. Good morning, Tim. Jeff, I'm still trying to decode what you wrote, but glad to see that you joined us this morning.
Absolutely, and you are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, we're going to talk about the questions your real estate agent must answer but might not be able to. I have a good feeling that Lisa will be able to, but...
God, I hope so. Don't hurt me, Ron.
We would never do that. We'll also talk about reasons to list your home this holiday season. Millennials' most common debt. Is it credit cards or student loan? We'll talk about...
the answer to that one.
We're going to talk... Well, something I was kind of surprised, but we're going to... Now we got you. Now we got you thinking, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for that.
Good deal. And we'll also talk about, does a employer match count towards your 401k limit, and will it matter after the new tax law? All that and more. You can reach us anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Ron Siegel Radio, and on Twitter, at Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations. NMLS 21037 and DRE number 018694552.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message. And as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, the real-time real estate segment today. Being brought to you by our friends over at Gold Star Mortgage. They are the only ones that I know of with the Fast Pass loan approval. How'd you like to be able to write an offer, have your real estate professional write an offer somewhere between $5,000 and $50,000 less than the competition offers, and have the seller want to accept your offer in place of the other individuals? Yeah, we've already seen that happening with the Fast Pass, so if you want it, give me a call, 800-306-1990. I'll put you in touch with with our friends at Gold Star so they can help you with that. Reasons to list your home this holiday season every year at this time. Many homeowners decide to wait until after the holidays to put their homes on the market for the first time, while others who already have their homes on the market decide to take them off until after the holidays. So here's 7 reasons not to wait. Number one.
Do I get to weigh in on this?
Now, wait a second. I know you long enough, Lisa, and I'm sure that
whether you like it or not.
Some of the folks that are watching and listening to us, they're probably putting notes on there right now. can you stop her? Right? That would only be the people that know Lisa best, right?
Yeah.
Relocation buyers are out there. Many companies are still hiring throughout the holidays and need their employees in their new positions as soon as possible.
True that.
Purchasers who are looking for homes during the holidays are serious buyers and are ready to buy now.
True.
You can restrict the showings on your home to the times you want to show it. You will remain in control.
If you got a good agent, yep.
How homes show better when decorated for the holidays.
Depends on your personal taste.
Okay. There's less competition for you as a seller right now. Let's take a look at listing inventory.
Well, there isn't any listing inventory. That
right?
Makes it real easy.
So they're down 6.4%. It's pretty tight out there. And I'm going to suggest in Orange County, California, might be even a little bit tighter than down 6%. I think the last number I saw was down 12%.
It's pretty darn bad.
The desire to own a home doesn't stop when the holidays come. Buyers who were unable to find their dream home during the busy spring and summer months are still searching.
Yeah, considering this spring and summer weren't that busy, people are out and there actually are houses on the market. And you got people that will move in the month of December.
Absolutely.
That's right.
The supply of listings increases substantially after the holidays.
Well, sometimes.
Also, in many parts of the country, new construction will continue to surge, reaching new heights in 2018, which will lessen the demand for your house.
We'll see about that.
Okay. Waiting until after the holidays to sell your home probably doesn't make sense.
You know what? If you need to buy a house and you find the house, buy it. My busiest time this year, which makes absolutely no sense, was the first 2 weeks of January.
Okay.
People were prepping their house over the holidays. We went on the market the first weekend, and it was a zoo. And I'm kind of having the same thing going on right now. You know, the summer was technically dead. There wasn't really a whole lot going on, but right now, you know, there's the buyers that are out are serious buyers.
And then I think we see that most of the time during the holidays is the buyers that are out there are the serious buyers. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Jeff, we're going to start off our questions.
Don't hurt me, Ron. Don't hurt me.
5 questions your agent is afraid a buyer may ask.
And Jeff added number 6.
And Jeff, well, no, we're going to go with Jeff's number first.
Oh, okay. Thanks,
okay,
Jeff.
So Jeff wants to know, inquiring minds want to know, what make and model of real estate car compels a realtor to park a block away from their appointment versus what car can the agent pull right up in the driveway? I don't think you can ever pull in someone's driveway, are you?
And still not feel pretentious.
And still not feel pretentious.
And yes, I will pull into somebody's driveway if there's a parking issue.
Oh, if there's a parking issue, that makes, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so... And we got to talk a little history here first, Lisa.
Let's talk some history, Ron.
So, right, I mean, 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, before the real estate crisis, you know, if you saw a real estate agent pull up and it wasn't a Mercedes, a BMW, Cadillac, Lincoln, you know, you started questioning.
Yeah, people would look at you in your Honda Accord and say, you know, hey, what's the deal? Obviously, you know, you're not a player because you're not driving a player's car, you know. And that was really a big issue back then. But I think the recession really changed a lot of people's mindsets as to, you know, keeping it real a little bit more. And, you know, heck, a nice ride's a wonderful thing. But I personally, myself, learned that there were certain things that were more important. You know, showing my clients that I was a real person, that I wasn't going to be putting on these airs anymore. You know, I was guilty. I was, you know, guilty as charged. I still mourn the loss of my 2007 BMW 525i. May it rest in peace somewhere. But since then, I got a Prius. And the Prius is a fabulous real estate car. I will gladly pull that into a driveway. My clients like it. A lot of them...
Clients won't hear you showing up.
Yeah, I can kind of sneak up on people, which is really cool. But my clients are intrigued by it. You know, if they don't currently drive a Prius or never been in one, they get all excited when they get in it because they're like, wow, this is like a freaking crazy car. And it's like, yeah, it is. And I can sneak up on people and you won't even hear me coming. But, you know, it shows that I'm a real person and, you know, there's just certain things that have changed.
It's interesting that you term it that way, that that you're as a real person. And because I looked at it, I never thought of it that way. My thinking of it was always the issue that, you know, something it's the efficiency, because of so many people looking for some sort of fuel efficiency.
Oh, I love that aspect of it. You know, you're talking those gas prices earlier. Hey, what's 25 cents a gallon to me? My car only holds 9 gallons. You know, so I mean, it's like I'm laughing all the way, you know, from the gas station. So, you know, and it just is a car that makes sense.
So you're laughing at the rest of us.
I'm laughing at the rest of you.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to start going to some of these other tough.
Get a Prius there, Ron.
So, Jeff, I hope that gets it. So the Prius you can put in the driveway, or you can put right in front of the house.
Unless I haven't washed it in a week.
What about the Taurus?
Do they still make Tauruses?
I don't know.
I don't think they
Camry. We can go with the Camry.
You know, I mean, it is Camry. You know, they've done some changing on the styling. They're really pushing that this year, and I'm not getting some sort of kickback from Toyota, just so you all know. But you know, I wouldn't.
So you'll go. You can put the Camry in front, but I guess that just tells us you're not one of the pretentious ones.
Well, you know, it just depends on the person. You know, I mean, I think that my service stands alone. I don't need to be putting on airs for people. You know, I do try to dress nice when I show up for an appointment. You know, it's
I kind of
my customers respect for that. But my car, you know, I'm sticking signs in it. I'm beating the crap out of that darn thing.
Yep. Sammy, we better not tell her that. She'll get up. She might.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Yeah.
We might have a problem
You're the
here.
coolest person, too.
Okay, so let's get into some of these questions. I have not shared one. I haven't shared one question with Lisa yet.
I'm ready, Ron.
How difficult is it to qualify for a mortgage in today's housing market?
Depends on your lender.
Okay.
And which, as a realtor, the last thing I'm going to do is pre-qualify somebody. I know it's something that they make us do in our tests, you know, that you should be able to pre-qualify your client. You know, we have so many different underwriting guidelines. There's differences between mortgage brokers, direct lenders, going to a credit union versus one of the big banks. In fact, this weekend, we had a client that wanted to make an offer on a listing that I have. And the listing is priced a little over $1 million, and the people offered a little under $1 million. And we're talking like a $70,000 difference. That's
a lot of money.
Substantial. And they based it saying, well, our lender said we can only go up to this purchase price of, you know, under $1 million. Well, when we're like, we're not talking to you, it was amazing how many other lenders were able to get them up closer to the list price just because their qualifications were different, their guidelines were different. So I always recommend shop 3 lenders, see which one you get along with, because we're all going to be buddies in this transaction. You got to find somebody that you can work with that's going to have the best rate and terms for you and gives you the most buying power. Nobody's going to get you into a mortgage you can't afford, because that's something that I hear is like, I can't afford these payments, and you can vouch for this too, I'm sure. Your underwriting guidelines are not going to let you qualify somebody into something they can't afford.
And that is 100% accurate. The other part of it, though, is also the fact that there's a big difference between what you qualify for and what you want to accept from your own personal budget.
Exactly. And I tell my clients, you know, you can buy up to that limit, but if you're not comfortable with that payment, you need to buy what you're comfortable with, because you're the one who has to keep making this payment. I don't. I'm just selling you a house, but I mean, I'm technically not selling you a house. I'm facilitating a transaction, but you're the person that has to be comfortable with that monthly payment, and whether you can, you know, afford way more or not, that's your own personal decision. And we know people that have extended themselves farther than they're comfortable, and you know, if that's going to get you into personal trouble, then maybe you need to take a look at your financial situation and do what's right for you.
Absolutely, and each individual is a little bit different, and again, it's the bottom line here, and I'm going to share with you, take it a little bit further than where Lisa did, is, again, I like the process and program over at Gold Star just because you don't have to worry about do you qualify, because you already did.
Yeah.
That's the nicest part, is it's all done. So when you go out and get in the car with Lisa, it's not a matter of, is this transaction going to close? All you have to do is, the question becomes, will it clear title? Which they're going to already have a good answer for that if there's a great listing agent on there. They've already done some preliminary homework. And the other part of it is will it appraise? And generally the agents are going to help you with that part too, because they know the area, and you can make a business decision. Just because it does not appraise to the value that the lender wants, doesn't matter. That's your decision as to whether you want to come up with a little extra money, have a little bit higher debt to income rate or loan to value ratio. Those are things you can do. So again, be aware of those issues. We're going to talk more about these when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. We only got to 2 out of 6, so we're going to have to...
Sorry.
That's just when Lisa and I get together. Somehow the conversations go a little long.
You get a little scattered.
You can reach us anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details. 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender. Licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Do you own real estate or have assets over $150,000? Do you know one of your heirs will be the probate courts and the IRS? If you don't have a living trust, you will go through probate. Call Heritage Financial Services toll free at 1-855-434-7400 for a free review. Check us out on Facebook, Heritage Financial Service in Lake Forest, California. That's 1-855-434-7400. Again, 1-855-434-7400. 7400.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio, anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. In the Your Credit Matters segment today, being brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. What are you doing about it? Credit Sanitizer has these solutions for you. All you need to do is go to our website, CreditSanitizer.com. Just fill out a couple of short questions there, not a whole lot, and you'll start getting some information from us every week on how to maximize your credit score. Love doing that to try and help people. And if you get to a point where you need professional guidance, put you in touch with someone that can help there too. Alan Hand takes care of that for us. Millennials' most common debt: credit cards or student loans?
Tell me, Ron, tell me. I'm dying over here.
So you say the word millennials and debt together, and your mind likely jumps to student loans.
My sons.
But a new survey finds credit card debt is more prevalent among young Americans. Student loan servicer Navient canvassed over 3,000 U.S. consumers aged 22 to 25 and asked whether they currently hold certain types of debt. 3/4 reported carrying at least one type, with credit card balances topping the list at 4 in 10 millennials. Those student loans rank second at 31%. That represents a considerable margin below the 40% who hold credit card debt. Navient's third annual Money Under 35 survey was conducted by a research firm Ipsos, released October. There you go. October 4th. So credit card debt 40%, student loan 31%, auto loan 28%. You gotta love this one. Mortgage debt 23%. Congratulations.
You go millennials, buy those houses.
Absolutely. Medical bills 19, personal loan 14, and the other one, and I'm not sure if this is good or bad, no debt 25%. Rather see you have a little bit, at least if it's going to be good debt, which I'd say mortgages is probably a good debt because it's going to help you obtain net worth, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that in the little bit later as we go through some of the questions for Lisa. So
the water board's still not out, Ron.
The water board's not out. So the question we asked, the first question we went to, is we were talking about how difficult it is to get a mortgage. Not very difficult, and the statistics show, if we go back to April of 2013, the Mortgage Credit Availability Index is making it, shows it's easier to get a mortgage. Historic data, mortgage credit availability, got more money available all the way back. The last time that we had more than we do today. So from June 2008 through today, it's been going up. It was pretty easy to get a loan back in June 2006. All you had to do was fog a mirror. Didn't mean you're going to be able to afford it or keep that loan, but you could do it.
Or keep your house.
Or keep your house, exactly. FICO score distribution, 53.5% of the people have a FICO score when they're buying a home between 500 and 749. So that's another part of that. The back end debt to income ratio, I don't want to get too much into the weeds, 39% in back end. Average days to close a loan, 44 was the average days in September. Again, if you go back to...
Where the heck was that?
Just average. That's according to Ellie Mae, the biggest of the loan origination software companies. So
whatever you say.
Now, if you have that fast pass I told you about, how about 12 days to close the loan? Think about that one. So question number 2, which is really the third question we're going to get to for Lisa.
Okay.
Where will housing values be in a year from now and 5 years from now?
Wow. If I could give you the answers to that, we would be winning the lottery and I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
You go to a lot of the different seminars, and you're up on the predictions of not necessarily our opinions, because
oh my gosh, I mean,
our opinions don't count really.
Our opinions probably count just as well as everybody else's. You know, I mean, I have a slew of economist friends out there. You all know who you are, and you know everybody's saying something different. You know, I've got friends of mine in the business that are like, oh, you know, expect a recession, expect a downturn, prices are going to fall, you know, in the next year. And then other people saying things are just as rosy as can be, and as long as we continue on this path economically, we'll be fine. Where does this sit? I'm going to kind of go with the rosy side right now. There's really nothing on the horizon, you know, barring World War III or something like that, that's really going to affect us as long as things continue on this way. Now, I'm going to break a little bit with my NAR friends on this tax bill that are running around saying that, you know, property values are going to drop if we lose the mortgage interest deduction and everything. And I think there will be some impact in the housing market on that. But you know what? If we saw a 5% reduction in price, I have no problem with that. You know, Orange County is highly overvalued right now, you know, and the rest of the country is as well, and inventory is tight. what would a little dip, when we're talking little dip, it wouldn't hurt, probably would help and probably stoke the real estate market, and we'd be right back up to where we were again. I think prices are going to hang in, for the year. 5 years from now, I don't know. We've been talking interest rates going up, for the past 4 years. Every December, I've been told interest rates will be 5.5% by this time next year. Hey, Ron, where's interest rates right now?
They're probably about 4 1/8, 4 1/4.
Yeah, I heard that they may go up, and it might be like 4.3, 4.5 next year.
In order to stay compliant, so our compliance people don't get mad at me, I'm going to say interest rates are at 3.9% as of November 9th, according to Freddie Mac.
Yeah, and let's see, last year, 2016, it was supposed to be 5.5. 2015, supposed to be 5.5.
Last year on this date, it was 3.57. So we were up a little bit. Yeah, not a lot, but nothing significant.
So
where was it when you bought your first house?
Oh my God, 13.5%.
Right?
13.5%. I want you young people out there to hear that. I think I was 23 when I bought my first home at 13.5%. And we cheered when we were able to buy our next home in 1986. I know I'm really dating myself.
I wasn't going to ask those questions. I just said, where was it when?
Yeah. But, it was maybe 86 we got into single digits, 9.5%. And I thought I was never going to see single digits. So the people, especially our millennial buyers, anybody, in their 30s, maybe even into their 40s, you don't realize how good things are right now. These interest rates, these are obscenely low, even if they go into the mid-4s, even if they hit 5.
Right, it's still crazy low. So let's look at some statistics. And again, we're in Orange County broadcasting today. I know we've got people in Los Angeles County, San Diego County, all over the world listening to us right now on the
all over the world
Facebook. It's amazing how many different countries we do find on the Facebook feeds. But 42 years, the average for the last 42 years, average price appreciation for Orange County, California. If you just put a line for 42 years, 5.04% is Orange County. 1 year average, 10.35. A lot of people love that. I think it's too high. We need it a little lower. 5 year cumulative, 26.04. And we're at a 774,960 is the median home price in Orange County. Case Shiller, they're saying 5.9% is a year-over-year price change. If we look at forecast year-over-year, again, this is core logic. They're saying California 8.7% for the next 12 months. So that's their forecast. Home price, I love home price expectation survey. Theirs is one that I really like, because if you understand how they do it, they take 100 economists or more and put them in a room and ask them for their projections.
Them?
Probably.
Okay.
Well, no. Actually, with economists, you know as well as I do, Lisa. If you ask an economist their opinion, you don't have to waterboard them. They're going to give it to you.
You're going to get it whether you like it
and
or
you're going
not.
to probably get 5 opinions all at the same time. So
true that.
But no, we're not going to be telling you this one.
Oops.
So projected, according to the Home Price Expectation Survey, for 2017, 5%, 2018, 4%, 2019, 3.2%, 2020 and 21, 3% each year.
Those are decent numbers.
Yeah, so those are, and that's from a wide range of...
Wide range?
Wide range.
Is he one of
Easy for the host to say that, right? You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. Does the employer match count toward 401k limit contributions?
And will Lisa get the rest of her questions?
Will Lisa get the rest of her questions? So we're gonna get on that as well. You can reach us anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com. Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRENMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message. And as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The Word on Wealth segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Want to find that new home? Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else finds it. You go into Nest, put in the information you want. You'll get an email. Every time a property that meets your specific information comes on the market, you're going to get an email from our friends at Nest. And no advertising there. Just a thought for you. I'm going to do this real quick because we want to find out, does an employer match count toward the 401k limit? No. Moving right along, that is the Word on Wealth segment. I'm going to get into this more tomorrow.
Waste time, Ron.
Exactly. Well, we're going to get more into that more tomorrow, but we're running late on time today because I still got to waterboard Lisa, and we've got some more questions here. I want to...
No lie detector either, right?
No lie detector.
That might worry some people out there.
Exactly. So we had 5 questions. Jim added another one. We got to that one. We finished 2.
Jeff added it.
Yeah. Sorry. Jeff added that one.
You straight there.
But number 3, Lisa, we're going to be able to get this one done real quick because you've almost answered this one already. Where are mortgage rates headed over the next 12 months?
Maybe higher.
So
next question.
If we looking back, I mean, we're pretty much at the low, right around the low of the year. I mean, we did have a little bit lower numbers at one time, not a whole lot.
They've been scooting either side of 4 all year long. Just depends what day of the week it is.
We started, I looked at January 5th, 2017. We were at 4.2. Today we're at 3.94.
Yeah, rates went up, didn't they, Ron?
Freddie Mac rates. So those are just the Freddie Mac numbers. Now, if we want to look at some of the industry gurus. Now, I've got a chart here. I could share this with you. But the chart basically is the exact same chart we've used for the last 4 or 5 years. I don't think the numbers have even changed. So in 2017, Fannie Mae says 3.9%. 2018, third quarter, 4.1%. The average of all three, Fannie Mae, Mortgage Bankers Association, National Association of Realtors, they're all saying about 4.5% by the third quarter of next year. Is it going to be there? I don't know, but it's so low, who cares? Right? I mean, really the bottom line. Okay, Lisa, now here's the toughie.
Okay, I'm ready.
Aren't we on the verge of another housing bubble and bust?
No.
Okay, moving to the next question.
It depends who you ask, but like I said, you know, when we were off air, we were kind of discussing that you can take any data that you want, manipulate it to make it say anything that you want to, you know, hold your position. And you know, I've got friends that are saying, you know, recession, we're gonna, you know, everything's gonna go to hell in a handbasket. And you know, why? What's making you see that? You know, you got the stock market, you know, kind of going crazy. Well, kind of going crazy. It's gone, you know, just gangbusters. You know, and the housing market's a nice, healthy housing market, I think. You know, I don't see any reason for anything to be going south radically. You know, we have our peaks and valleys, and we kind of have to realize we're due to get off that peak and kind of have a little bit of a valley, because that's just the way things are.
Yeah,
you know?
Nothing goes straight up.
No, nothing does go straight up, and it's probably best if things slow down. You know, we were talking about, you know, appreciation over the years, and 3 to 5% is very healthy appreciation. Right. I don't know what people are thinking, that 10% should be normal or something. You know, we do have a, you know, kind of overvalued market, you know, more so here in Orange County than most places. But, you know, average appreciation, if we could stick with 3% a year, wouldn't that just be wonderful for everybody?
Absolutely. I shared that in the last segment, 5.04 over the last 42 years for Orange County.
Yeah. And what's wrong with that? So, you know, and hey, we've gone way up and we've gone way down, but you know what?
You know something, you hit it right on the head there, Lisa, because there's always going to be something, you know, if you have 5.04, that means, and if that's an average, that means there's been some years that we've had better and some years that we've had worse.
Exactly.
The further away you get from that line of 5.04 means the further on the upside, that means the further it's going to go on the downside. So either way, it's scary. So if you can stay right close to 4, 5, 6, that means you've got a more of a flat line.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're more comfortable.
And even if it does go a little on the negative side, as long as it doesn't go too negative.
Right.
You know, there's nothing with little peaks and valleys, but when you're shooting up like a roller coaster, what does a roller coaster do? It's got
to come down at some point. So let's look at a couple of individuals outside of Lisa and I that have some opinions.
Do they matter? No.
Well, some people think so, right? I mean, they get paid a lot of money to give this.
Are we going to talk about Jeff again?
Rick Sharga, Executive VP of 10x.com. We're definitely not in a bubble. Christopher Thornburg, partner at Beacon Economics. There is no direct or indirect sign of any kind of bubble. Matthew Gardner, Chief Economist, Windermere. Is it a bubble? No. Bill McBride, Calculated Risk. I wouldn't call house prices a bubble. David M. Blitzer, Managing Director and Chairman of the Index Committee at S&P Dow Jones. Housing is not repeating the bubble period of 2000 to 2006. Bing Bai and Edward Golding, Urban Institute. We are not in a bubble and nowhere near the situation preceding the 2008 housing crisis. Got a lot of people that are out there that get paid a lot of money telling us, you know, this is not a repeat of 2006, 7, and then 8, 9. So
I would concur too that, you know, all of the economists that I've been following, and you know, I just came from a week in Chicago at the National Association of Realtors, and we had some, you know, all kinds of economists there. You know, those things kind of attract economists. It's kind of amazing how that happens. But
I can't imagine you sitting in a room with a bunch of economists.
Oh,
because most of the economists are so dry. You have to wake them up sometimes to say hello. And you're not that way.
I'm just like an information sponge. You know, I like to hear what everybody has to say. So then that way, when I do hear the naysayers, I can say, well, you know, this person from the home building industry said this. This person from, you know, NAR said that. You know, it was really nice to hear our state head state economist for CAR, Leslie Appleton Young, actually give a national overview on what it was that she thought. All of my economist friends out there in Facebook land, hey, weigh in. We're here live.
Okay, we got one more question. I got to get it to you.
Okay. Wait, enough economists.
Yeah, they'll put all of us to sleep.
Okay.
I want to purchase a bigger home, but shouldn't I wait until spring to sell my current home?
This year, it just does not matter. We don't have selling seasons right now. We used to. We used to have some really, really super hot springs where, you talk March 1st is the ramp up. You come to April, it's just craziness. And then anywhere between Mother's Day and Father's Day, it would slow down. And I could set my watch pretty much that's exactly how business was going to be. Ever since we pulled out of the recession, there's no selling season.
No selling, but you know something? I'm gonna kind of challenge you a little bit.
Challenge me, Ron.
So
when the water board comes out.
There we go. So there is, I agree, no selling season, but the kids still get out of school. Mom and dad still decide if they have the choice. They want to sell then. They want to move then.
Yeah, we normally do see that with the move-up buyers, perhaps. But our problem is there's not that many move-up buyers right now.
Okay, but they're still going to get a little more supply then.
Sometimes.
And if we've still got some good demand, the question is, and we've got building construction coming online in the spring and summer, because they still think the old way, like you were just sharing.
And also, too, if you're talking on a micro level here in California, we don't really have the selling seasons that areas that have snow
right, because they can't build.
Yeah, so, if you've got your neighborhood realtor leaving a newsletter on your porch saying, it's the spring selling season or the summer selling season, that's what you usually see on the template newsletters where the people don't read what it is that they're putting on your porch. They just want something on your porch. They're also the same people that are telling you need to winterize your pipes.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's kind of crazy.
But they're going to be the ones that perpetuate that myth that the summer is the selling season, because where it snows and everything is frozen, the builders can't do anything until it thaws out.
Well, let's look at this one chart, though. December 2016, there was 1,650,000 units available for sale. In May, there was 1,970,000 units for sale, according to the National Association of Realtors. So there was more inventory available. New home, single-family building permits up 7.7%. And, we still get a little bit of that kind of stuff.
You got a lot of charts going on over there,
I got a lot of charts, and I'm going to share them all on our social media. So the bottom line here, there's a lot of information. Great real estate agents have this information to share with you. If they don't know this, are they just looking for a commission, or are they out there looking to help you and guide you through the largest transaction that your family is going to most likely ever do?
And the good ones may not tell you what it is you want to hear. They're going to tell you the truth.
And that's what you really want. Is
right.
You got to have the truth. And that's why I ask you every day.
Sometimes you can't handle the truth, right, Ron?
I've heard that somewhere before. I've heard.
Where's your button?
I've got it here somewhere. My God, where'd they go? They moved it on me.
Don't worry, you can just record me and have me say it.
Don't worry, everything's going to be fine. Trust me.
Well, that's close enough, right?
I want the truth.
There we go.
Can't handle the truth.
There we go. Set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun, have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.